Hello everyone, welcome to Liberable. Welcome to a new video here on Liberable. And we are driving the new Volvo XC40 Recharge. And this car is pretty flipping interesting. As you can see, it says Recharge 2 at the back. As it was raining, so the car's not the cleanest. But I thought, you know what, let me take you guys on an electric car journey. Show you guys how we charge and what we need to do in order to drive an electric car. So I'm on 33% battery now. Let's just put it to drive, and I have 110 kilometers of range left. So I'm going to head now to the charging station and charge this car to 80% so that we can do this review and talk a bit about this car when sitting in the car and show you guys some of the features and tech, and then taking you guys for a drive. I think that's very important. So let's see what driving an electric car is like, what charging is like, what infrastructure is like, and get to know an electric car a bit more, because these aren't as catastrophic as a lot of you think. Ladies and gentlemen, the competition for the Smeg toaster and kettle set is officially over here at the VapeStation, and we will be drawing a winner tomorrow here at this Tyger Waterfront VapeStation. I'm so excited, and I actually can't wait for that to happen. Now, the next competition is a Big 5 Safari Game Reserve holiday. It's going to be incredible. Ladies and gentlemen, in order to take part in that competition, make sure you follow the VapeStation on their social media, and also when buying and checking out products here at the VapeStation or even online, make sure to use code LIBERABLE for your entry into the competition. Also make sure when you buy here in store, you sign up to the rewards program and use the code LIBERABLE. Enjoy this video ahead. Alright, leaving the VapeStation now here in Bellville, and we're heading to Volvo Cape Town in order to charge the XC40 Recharge there. 300 kilowatt, 600 Newton meters of torque. And I'm gonna tell you now, that 600 Newton meters of torque is available all the time. All the time. It doesn't matter the space that you have beside you or in front of you. You close it up instantaneously. This car is brutal. And it's crazy that an EcoBox, well, when I call it an EcoBox, a luxury little CUV like this, compact SUV, is this punishingly fast, 0 to 100 and 60 to 130. That's just brutal. Kilometers per hour. Absolutely brutal. I've been getting around 380 kilometers of range with this car, and that's really impressive. Absolute silence. Check this. Jeez. Like, everything just shot there in the middle backwards. Almost the I-10. Bye. Oh. Yes. Okay, let's not drive like that. Let's go and charge it so we don't run out of range. While I'm waiting for my food to come, I forgot to mention that if you turn the aircon off, as I'm about to do now, it's stupid, you have to use the screen to turn the aircon off. And I switch off, you see we have 100 kilometers of range. If I turn it off, check there, we get extra 10 kilometers of range if I turn the aircon off. And then I also have a mode to improve range. If they give you this beautiful volume knob for this incredible sound system, which we'll talk about a bit more later. If you press this button here and you press range, you can turn on the range optimizer, and this will then reduce your climate and your throttle response and all other things in order to eke out the most amount of range from this car. I also need to stress that this car's adaptive cruise control and steering function, you can see it saying hold hand on steering wheel, but I had to touch the steering wheel already. is incredible. I'm not gonna lie. I can sit, I had my chippies now, and I'm sitting with one hand on the wheel, which I'm not supposed to. Volvo's probably have a heart attack of me saying this, but this auto driving function, look, I'm not even touching the brakes. It's keeping me a safe distance. You see it's saying hold down the steering wheel, and now if I just nudge the steering wheel little, there it goes away. I can choose how far I wanted to follow the car in front of me, but I'm gonna sit it nice and close. I'm gonna show you that quickly. Check it. I sit nice and close. Hold down on the steering wheel again. I usually just hold my hand here. Look at that, it's braking. And I can have my chips and drink my little cool drink and enjoy my drive to the beautiful Cape Town with Canal Edge here on my right. Okay, so I'm at Volvo and I've plugged the charger into the car. This is obviously your 60 kilowatt fast or 50 kilowatt fast charging. There's another EX30 charging here. This is a flipping good looking car, I'm not gonna lie. And here's the XC40. While it's charging, I just want to take you guys just quickly around this one. So this plastic cover here means this is the electric one, and it also means that you have these beautiful looking wheels. I'm not gonna lie, there are 2, 3, 5, 45, 20s, and I just want to show you guys the time for charging. So we have closed. We're gonna be fully charged at 12:52, and we are at 38%. Okay, I wanted to show you guys I can watch YouTube over here, but the Vodacom is like, I think, down today, so it's not working at all. But I'm officially at 80%. I have 290 kilometers of range, which is more than enough for me to get around. And it's only 11:49, so I'm gonna stop charging now with 80. Okay, so I'm ready to remove the charger. Let's see. Tap the card and let's click stop. Okay, 82%. It's fuzzy flashing. I think that means I can remove it. There we go. Charging courtesy, make sure you always stick the charger back into the holder so that the next person can use it nice and cleanly. Okay, ready to rumble. Okay, so these cars, there's no start button. You just put your foot on the brakes and you push the lever into drive, whichever direction you want to go, backwards or forwards, and the car will be fully powered up for you to get to where in order to start and move. It's so weird because these electric cars, you don't have to guys, I'm gonna keep those glasses on. My eyes are flipping sensitive today for some reason. We're leaving Bellville in town. We are on 300 kilometers of range at 82% battery, and everywhere you go in Cape Town to charge will have a working charger, even in load shedding, because a lot of these places have generators. Now I know that there is a huge talk at the moment of electric cars standing everywhere, and people aren't buying them because, you know, the people's not convinced yet by the electric car. And I can see that. This video isn't to convince you to buy an electric car. It's just to show you that a lot of the myths and things like that you hear is false. These are, you know, there's a time and a place for everything. And I think that if you're by the means, first of all, like when I say by the means, I mean, you have, what's going on there? You have a huge amount of money, then this is definitely the way to go, because you'll have a charger at the house. You will have infrastructure like you'll have solar panels that you can divert a lot of that energy to the car while overnight. So that means you're not using power from the grid. And this car's pretty clean. Obviously, to manufacture the lithium-ion batteries, there's a debate there as well. It's difficult to get into this because I'm definitely not experienced enough to talk about it. Although I'm very in tune with the electric situation going on around the world, it's difficult for me to point a finger because electric cars hasn't taken off here the way it has everywhere else. And I've received so much electric cars to drive now. What I can tell you from a driving point of view, this car will change your entire perspective when it comes to performance. The acceleration, it's not linear, it's explosive. Yes, it doesn't have a super high top speed, but coming on and off the throttle, one pedal driving it towards robots, you don't need to touch the brakes a lot of the time. It makes so much sense. You're not waiting on a petrol engine to give boost or select the right gear. All the power is available on tap, and it makes this thing bloody addictive to drive, and to the point where I miss it when I have to climb in a petrol engine vehicle. There's a convenience here and a carefreeness here that I do enjoy, and I think it cannot be dismissed. You cannot say, I hate electric cars if you've never driven one. Once you drive a high performance electric vehicle like this, look at that caddy backy there. Look at that. That is bloody. Look at this. Oh. Let me pass him. I cannot explain to you what that feels like unless you've driven in like a freaking GTR with like 1,000 horsepower or something. You'll know what I mean. Do I recommend the electric car in South Africa? Under certain conditions, yes. Do not buy this if you live in an apartment where you don't have access to a charger. Like I do. I don't have access to a charger. The car stands outside. I cannot charge a vehicle there. And I'm neither going to charge a car with my parents because it does take quite a bit of units to charge this thing full. And it'll take a huge amount of time. You guys can probably see the size of the thing's battery on screen right now. I think this is like a over 60 kilowatt hour battery that's in here. So it takes a very long time to charge full on a normal plug. But if you have a house and a garage that you can have Volvo's charger fitted to, this thing's unbeatable. I wouldn't even consider a petrol car for driving around town if I had the money. I can't afford an electric car, so I have to buy a petrol car. My dad has a Smart, I had a Smart, and for me a Smart makes sense because it's super light on fuel and I can park it anywhere here in town. But yeah, I just want to talk about XC40 gripes that I have quickly. This thing has a Harman Kardon sound system with a subwoofer fitted here in front by the under the bonnet somewhere here, but against the firewall. It's like a fresh air subwoofer, air woofer technology. That's weird, man. There's times that the sound system sounds incredible, and there's times it doesn't. It's super inconsistent. It goes, oh, I need a bit more bass, and then it starts distorting. Then I'll drive and I hear there all the bass gets taken or fades away, and it starts sounding horrible. And then it'll just push bass again and make it reach and sound, and honestly be one of the best sounding sound systems I've heard. But it's very far and few because it can't make up its mind about its DSPs. Super reluctant to sound consistent all the time. There's some type of noise cancelling or processing happening in the background that's changing the sound the whole time, and it's not good. It needs to be set on one, or you need to be able to select the DSP controls, because this is some type of speed control, digital signal processing that's happening here. that's just making the system sound distorty. I promise y'all, when it sounds its best, it's definitely one of the best sound systems I heard in this class. It is astounding. The stereo separation, the bass, the treble, the mid-range, yes, it is fantastic sounding, but it suffers from heavy DSP overcorrection. That's just on this. I think this plagues XC40s in general. I need to drive more XC40s to know that is the case. But yeah. So as you guys can probably tell, I am very much confused by the XC40 recharge. I don't know where I stand on it, and I don't know where I stand on electric cars in general. Because number one, I don't want to say things that's going to scare you all off it, because there's nothing to scare you off it if you have the money. And I promise you, drive the thing. I mean, listen to this. Calming. And just brutal. 300 kilowatt. I know this video was all over the show, but it needs to be, because it kind of puts you into perspective where I'm sitting on it. I've watched a few videos on electric cars in Cape, South Africa, and again the same story. Ooh, this is the best, it's the best, it's amazing. It's not. It's really not. It needs work. And charging infrastructure also needs work. Garden center charger, where I tried charging, but it isn't working. And I got to Canal Walk, that charging station was full. I got to Audi Canal Walk. I don't know if you're allowed to charge there, because it's printed e-tron on the floor and there's a cone in front of it, so I don't think I'm allowed to charge there. The only place I comfortably could charge was at CMH at Bellville in town, and that is because I don't have access to a home charger. When you leave Cape Town, however, things get a bit better. There are chargers scattered all the way to Joburg, so you can get to Joburg if you so desire. Comment down below if you want to see me take an electric car to Johannesburg. I've been thinking of pitching a manufacturer that, so do let me know. Okay, let me end this video here. If you want to see more about the XC40 in general, I'll link to a video. Not much has changed. Down in search box below or on screen now, so you can see what an XC40 petrol is like. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed my time with this car. I low-key don't want to give it back, because I never do petrol in the thing. I can just charge. It's fantastic. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Beef review. Love a rebel.